Public comments, Mr. Garcia. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. We have one public comment, however, there's no agenda item pursuant to this public comment, Mr. Ponce.
Good morning, Commissioner. The purpose of me being here, and I don't know if I can say it in 3 minutes, but I'm going to try. We have an item that was supposed to be placed on the agenda for this time.
Who's we?
There was an item that was supposed to be placed on this agenda that was not placed. And it was supposed to be placed. We got notice by the last, it's supposed to be by special meeting, and it didn't happen either. I'm here because I thought that it was going to be on this Commissioner's Court. Mr. Johnson is here because he was told it was going to be placed on this Commissioner's Court, and it has not been placed on the agenda. Now, we keep hearing references to past administration, quote unquote. We need to realize that the majority of the Commissioner's Court is the past administration. So those actions that we took, you all know the actions we took. And we passed a resolution to purchase the Dollar General or the Dollar, whatever the middle around the building, and it had not been done. There was a question about the realtor being my personal realty. There's no such thing as a realtor being a personal realty, otherwise they would run out of business pretty quick. He's a realtor, and the purpose of me getting that realtor was because I wanted a buffer between the county and the Commissioner's Court, simply because of the relationships that exist between the persons that are running, the person that's selling, and the persons that we're buying, which is the county. There's relationships, so we need a buffer so that people can see that it was an arm's length transaction. A realtor calls for 6% out of $1 million. That's like 60 grand. I spoke to Mr. Johnston, and he agreed to do it for 1%, which is $10,000. About me notifying the seller, he said, well, then I'll pay for the whole thing. So in actuality, I don't believe, if I remember correctly, in actuality, the county is not going to pay any of their realtor's fee. So even if he was my personal realtor, which he is not, it won't be a problem simply because we're not paying any money. Remember, we've already lost 1 year of income. The county has lost 1 year of income. We waited almost a year to finish past administration actions, which are the current administration actions, but for the fact that the chief elected official is a different person. That's the county judge. But the majority, the quorum, the majority is this administration. Now, Mr. Johnson drove all the way from San Antonio, and there's no item on the agenda. He was told that there was going to be an item. So that is my public comment. Thank you.
Thank you.
There are no other public comments, Mr. Garcia. Approval of minutes, regular meeting, October 23rd, 2023. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion.
Subject to no corrections.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 2.1 presentation by CM Company Auction Services.
Thank you for allowing me to participate this morning in your report. I wanted to present my company's services to your auction. To your county for public auctions. We sell all kinds of surplus equipment all over Texas. We charge a 10% flat commission. We do not pull from your staff to aid us in cataloging equipment or ask your staff to catalog equipment for us. We do the whole thing. We take the hassle out of that for you. Our website, cmauctions.com. We are a professional inventory and surplus marketer. We have met the criteria of buy board. We're a buy board vendor. We're also AEP Fleet Sale. We've met their criteria as well. We've been doing that for nearly 20 years. I've been in the auction business 23 years. We have a huge market of customers. I had a question from this gentleman about what we charge the buyer. We charge a 10% buyer's premium as well. We work as hard for the buyers as we do the seller. We may have to come back down here if a buyer's requesting more information on equipment. That's part of our deal. We'll take care of the buyer and we'll get you a check. But our deal is to streamline the marketing of your surplus equipment and take a lot of the headache and hassle. I know everybody's short on people. Everybody needs diesel money back in their budget, parts money back in your budget. I mean, let us take that liquidation headache out of your way. I've left you a contract. You can see what we do, and for y'all, it's straight 10%.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
You have a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So you mentioned about if something's for auction, and then you said that if the buyers request more information, you'll come down
We come down and take care of
at
it.
no extra.
Nothing. That's part of the deal. And so, like also, if you like, say you have 50 pieces of equipment, you say, I'd like to get this one other on there. We're going to come down and take care of that for you. We're not going to leave you out there hanging. I know everybody's stressed right now with employees, and we take care of all that. So I've been in the equipment business all my life. I grew up in oil and ag. So usually I've got everything down of what the buyer's looking for, but sometimes they're looking for a certain spec, and we'll come back and take care of that for them. Your models, bins, all that we take care of. We take care of all the paperwork, the title work. All we need is the signed off titles. We'll assign that to the buyer and furnish you that information. You'll have a copy of all that for your records.
And this is online, correct, Mr. Chairman?
Online at cmauctions.com. So we branched out of that. We started our online marketing business in 2015. We were a little bit ahead of some of the others and maybe a year or two behind like Ritchie Brothers. But we've done that. We've been through a lot of trials and errors. And so I think our platform is really a good platform for county commissioners and banks. We sell a lot to banks as well. Sheriff's offices.
I might have misunderstood on your 10% commission. I think you mentioned it twice, but.
We charge 10% to the buyer and 10% to the
Okay.
seller.
All right, thank you. That's all I have.
Any other questions? No questions?
Judge,
Thank you so much.
All right,
Mr. Chairman.
thank you.
I've got a
Yes, Mr.
question.
Gonzalez.
Sir,
Mr. Chettle. Mr. Chettle.
you mentioned sheriff's offices. Are those impound vehicles? that-
We sell seized vehicles, we sell seized equipment. We've been working in Zapata County for the last 3 months, just cleaning up their facility over there. So I mean, that's even gaming machines, that's surplus equipment, their vehicles, seized equipment, the whole deal.
And you would send out the notice required?
We do all that for you. We take care of that for you.
Well, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.
3.1, approval of bonds. Any bonds, Mr. Garcia?
Oh, this is information.
It was just informational. There's no action, Mr. Commissioner. Thank you. We do have one bond for the JP office, Galedia Alfaro.
So move.
I have a motion by Commissioner Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? We have one abstention, which is Commissioner Rukawa. She stepped out. .2, discussion and appropriate action, approval for the 365th District Court Clerk Melissa Garcia to attend the 2023 TACA Annual Conference November 6th through the 10th, 2023 in Frisco, Texas. I think this was for last week.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. Any other questions? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Three point three, discussion and appropriate action to approve the 2024 the routine airport maintenance program ramp. Do we have Mr. Martinez here?
Motion to table.
I have a motion to table by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion and appropriate action, approval for County Judge Marta Ponce to attend the District 12 Conference November 30th through the 1st in Laredo, Texas. This is the
So moved.
same conference that the commissioners are attending. I just put it on this agenda. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Uranda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I have 3.5, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from a county extension agent, Ms. Alyssa Cruz, for the month of October 2023. Good morning. Are there any questions for Ms. Cruz?
Motion. Go ahead, Ben. I'll ask her.
Go ahead, Commissioner Carmona.
Ma'am, do you have any relationship with the Wellness Coalition?
The wellness home?
With the Wellness Coalition? Who's the
Somewhat.
one that has?
That's
Okay.
Carissa.
Then I'll ask. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Second, Judge.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion. Again.
Excuse me?
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Uranda. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Carmona. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Cruz. 3.6, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from FCH agent, Ms. Carissa Munoz, for the month of October 2023.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Morning.
There's only one correction from my report. The program that is stated at the top is the very first one that actually started November 1st, not in October.
Ma'am, could you check your mic, see if it's on?
Yes, I'll speak.
What was
Maybe you
it?
can just pull it towards you.
The top program that's listed in my report, it actually started November 1st, and that's the only correction on my report.
On the Fresh Start to a Healthier You program series, the correct date should reflect November 1st. That's what she's saying. Questions?
Ma'am,
Yes.
in conjunction with Wellness Coalition, how do they work with your program? What are their duties?
With they,
Or with the program, it's not yours, but
mhm.
you know what I mean.
So we just work in partnership on some projects. Two of their staff members are certified Master Wellness volunteers that help me in programs with the schools, or whenever I have a program, they are certified and screened to help with for Texas A&M events.
I know there's been some concerns out there, and I just wanted to clarify what they're actually doing. So they come to me and it's like, well, let me find out exactly what it is, and then I can explain it to them. So.
Okay.
What kind of concerns, Commissioner?
Well, like who's responsible? Right now we're blessed with rain, so but who's responsible for watering and taking care of whatever y'all are working on?
So in regards to the garden, if that's what it's
I
about,
think,
they do help with volunteering their time to water and to clean up back there. But that's the partnership that we have with them.
I just wanted to get a little clarification because I'm not familiar with how y'all
Okay.
work with that.
But we
And it's
have,
my fault because I should be more involved, but sometimes I don't have time to.
no, I understand. We're just in partnership on certain things, but they are its own entity.
Oh, thank you.
Other questions? I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Munoz.
Thank you.
3.7, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Rodeo Arena Event Coordinator, Ms. Guadalupe Puente, for the month of October 2023.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning, Ms. Puente.
Morning.
As you can see, for the month of October, we were very busy. We had the 4-H nutrition, we had SM Energy, and plus.
Ms. Puente, can you talk into the microphone,
Oh,
please?
yes. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, as you can see, for the month of October, we were very busy. We had a lot of the 4-H food nutrition happening on Sundays. And then we had SM Energy, we had quinceañeras, we had National Guard, and other events happening there, also with soccer, taking their picture, doing registration. And then, of course, we only had one funeral luncheon, which was at the end of the month. The Asherton Recreation, we had a lot of volleyball practice. We had 2 teams out there practicing, and bingo fundraisers as well. And we only had one party for the class of 2008. Big Wells, no events. The Bowman Field, we also had soccer teams out there. And for the pavilion, we had the Border Patrol had their event, their scholarship. And then they had the 5K walk, and then of course the groundbreaking. And La Cita, we only had one event. And of course, for the sports complex, it was canceled. And if you have any other questions.
Any questions of Ms. Puente? I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Puente.
Thank you, have a good day.
Likewise. 3.8, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 2, Mr. Andres Arambula, Rolando Rubio, Joey Rivera, for the month of October 2023.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Morning.
Mr. Garcia.
Are there any questions?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
3.9, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 3, Mr. Robert Valderas and Rudy Lopez, for the month of October 2023.
Morning.
Morning. Are there any questions of Constable Valderas?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
I got one more on the agenda.
3.10, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase vehicle camera and body cam for patrol unit for Constable Precinct 3.
Is this for your other vehicle?
It's for the blue truck, yes, sir. Yes, sir, this is, I guess we got it approved on the capital to purchase it.
Correct.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Rubalcaba,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank you.
Constable.
Thank you, Mayor.
3.11, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 1, Mr. Alfred Castañeda, for the month of October 2023.
Morning.
Morning. Are there any questions? I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena. Any discussion?
Do you still, you have a camera and a laptop on the vehicle or?
I do have a camera, and I do have a laptop.
And radar?
Yeah.
Other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable.
Thank you.
Discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Constable Precinct 4, Mr. Jose Galvan, for the month of October 2023.
Morning, George.
Morning.
Morning.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Odena, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rubalcaba. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Constable. 3.13, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Victory Evidence for the month of October 2023.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Morning.
We had a total of 290 runs. We had 46 emergencies, 27 refusals, 51 transfers, 15 helipads, 8 discharges, 88 dialysis, 10 doctor's appointments, 30 wound cares, 14 MBAs, and 1 DO.
Questions? If there are no questions, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Rubalcaba. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you,
Thank
Mr. Olivares. 3.14, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from the Dimmit County Golf Course.
Morning.
Are there any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Uranda. Any discussion? All in favor?
The only question I have is, do y'all take cash?
We take cash?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I thought everything was on the card.
Well, it is, but the card system, from my distinct understanding, Commissioner could probably answer better than I can, but it's been down.
We do everything by card or check, but there was a situation where we were down without internet for 2 weeks, and we had to rely on cash, and everything, every single transaction had a receipt for, regardless of the amount.
It was just a question. We do mostly all
Yes.
card. It's
We
understandable.
try to keep everything, credit card and full check.
That's it.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Hyman. 3.15, discussion and appropriate action, approval to receive donation from TxDOT. Is that your item, Commissioner?
So,
You got you.
yeah, I got you. No, this is for the county golf course.
So there's no action for
3.16.
3.15.
Oh, that, the 3.16 is,
No, we're on 3.15. Approval to receive a donation from TxDOT.
no, I don't have it. I don't have it. You have it?
No action item?
No.
There's no action. 3.16, discussion and appropriate action, approval to open the Dimmit County Golf Course on Mondays and close at 6 p.m. due to daylight savings time. Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.17, discussion and appropriate action, approval for Commissioner Precinct 1 Jose Urenda to attend the District 12 Conference for County Officials on December the 1st, 2023 in Laredo, Texas. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.18, discussion and appropriate action, approval to adjust corporate account rates from 1,500 to 3,000. I did. I said 318 and then I said the 3.18, discussion and appropriate action, approval to use Precinct 1 CO to pay for asphalt placement on the CSA parking area.
This item, Judge, is for limestone hot mix or asphalt that's going to be required for the CSA parking area. And we were talking about where the funding was going to come from, so I decided to go ahead and use the COs to get that done as soon as possible.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.19, discussion and appropriate action, approval to adjust corporate account rates from $1,500 to $3,000.
This item, Judge, is for the corporate accounts at the golf course that are basically run by companies, oil field companies. We went around and did a little research on golf courses within the area, and initially that was the established rate back when we decided to open corporate accounts, but we've got locations that are charging $4,000 and $5,000, so in essence of keeping it at a fair rate, we decided to put it to Commissioner's Court to get the approval to go up to 3,500.
It says 3,000.
3,000.
So essentially, this is just to increase the corporate accounts.
The corporate accounts only.
Are there any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena. Discussion?
Judge, include a start date for that motion?
Excuse me?
When does it increase? Start date?
When did it increase?
Yes.
When is the?
As soon as we get it approved through Commissioner Court, we will be at the beginning of next
December?
month.
December 1st?
Commissioner Alonso, do you want to amend your motion to reflect approval to adjust corporate account rates from 1,500 to 3,000 effective December 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Odena, are you still seconding your motion?
Yes, ma'am.
Other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
Aye.
We have one opposition, Commissioner Noguera. Motion carries. 3.2, discussion and appropriate action, approval to replace compressor at the Dimmit County Rodeo Arena Conference Center. Good morning, Mr.
I have the estimate for that compressor.
Can we have that on, can you bring that forward, please?
This is for one of the central units at the rodeo, the compressor went out, and it needs to be replaced, to be put back in service.
Questions?
Judge,
Yes, sir.
you can have an item here. Let me see. We have item 3.23 to approve the train air conditioning contract, would you be willing to look at something to see what it costs with train and then cool comfort?
Absolutely.
Since we're going, if the contract gets approved?
I'll entertain a motion to table this item.
Yes.
Who wants to make the motion?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. We're going to look at the train. We're going to vote on that here momentarily, Mr. Hyman. They'll get with Commissioner Odena and yourself. Thank you. 3.21, discussion and appropriate action, approval for Commissioner Precinct 3 Juan Carmona to attend the RISC conference March 20th, 22 through March 20th through the 22nd, 2024 in Round Rock, Texas. Excuse me? Any questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.22, discussion and appropriate action to accept the highest quote for repairing of the 2023 Toyota Tundra for Precinct 3. I will entertain a motion to table this item.
Motion table.
Motion by Commissioner Odena, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Noguera. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. 3.23, discussion and appropriate action to approve the train air condition contract by board. Commissioner Carmona?
Mr. Pereira and I have been discussing this issue, and he was gonna talk to the lady, see if we could do it case by case. Is that correct?
Yeah, because now they have to give you 5 board.
The Bible. We can hear you, sir.
I don't, if you can please step forward. This is for, I'm looking at this, it says equipment coverage for Dimmit County Annex, Dimmit County Historical Courthouse, and Dimmit County DPS. So what are you saying?
Oh, no, that this would be 5 board contract prices.
So with that being said, Mr. Pereira, in regards to the item we just tabled for Commissioner Uranda, would this contract suffice to service other facilities aside from the 3 that are on here? Or would we have to get a different contract to include? It's not included in here.
We had mentioned them going into whole.
Because I know that Commissioner Juan had talked to me about he's having a separate contract for the Border Patrol station.
But, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut, but I think the Border Patrol is separate.
Correct, and I understand that, but what I'm saying is on here, this particular contract specifically states the courthouse, annex, and DPS, so
I can try and have them correct it.
If we all approve it today, including the arena, then we can include it in there, right?
I would say in abundance of caution, if we could table it so that we can get an all-inclusive contract.
Well, can you all approve that and then come back and then, because I think you need the, done. Yeah, so approve this one and then we'll just add
The
the
what?
other one. Well, whatever.
Our air conditioners up here, they're acting out and heaters.
Yeah, so that would take care of that, so we can start taking care of that and then just add the other ones to it, have an addendum to it.
It says Juan Carmona.
And it's the one he sent me by email. I apologize. I didn't look at that. But I turned in one also for
This one is for the courthouse commissioner.
Yes. Yeah.
So this particular contract would,
But I have a question, Judge. You said they're by board, right?
Yes,
So they're by board, couldn't he just call them directly and come provide the service? They're by board,
right.
without a contract?
Well, no, because you're approving the contract, you're approving them here.
well, this contract, no, this contract is for service. When I spoke to Mr. Blake, that he came last week, Commissioner, he advised that this contract is just for purposes of services in terms of like maintenance, make sure that the ACs work and stuff. Any extra job that needed to be done would be apart from this. That's the way he explained it. Am I correct?
It was so his contract would be based on maintenance coming in and just checking the units to see what.
It's not to do a particular job.
Judge, when I spoke to him, we had mentioned, or I had mentioned, not we, I had mentioned to him the repairs on the air condition and possible maintenance every quarter or every year, whatever it was, but I don't know why he just
It's
said
not
for
included,
maintenance.
yeah, it's not
I made
included.
it clear to him that it was to repair the air conditioners, because nobody wants to touch the train ACs.
Yeah, because they will charge according to their rates. Yes.
Yeah, because this amount is $75,024 for a
It's
year.
individual, isn't it?
But we spoke to that young lady, and said it would be a case by case.
Yes.
That's not what this contract is. And I'm just-
Let's table it for right now. till we
I'm
get
just
it
saying out
correct.
of abundance of caution so that we're not overpaying,
Right.
that we make sure that we look at everything that's within the contract before we vote. I mean, I'm just one vote, but as a commissioners, y'all can,
I'm just saying, let's table it, Judge, until we, because I think there's too many of us involved with this.
correct.
So, he said, I said, she said, they said, whatever, until we get it done correctly, and then we can bring it up.
Motion to table.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Uranda. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any objection? Motion carries. 3.24, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase a trash pump with attachments and trailer for the landfill.
Judge, we need
Yes, ma'am.
a 6-inch, water pump, that one of like the city has. We've been asking the city for assistance since we have this rain to pump out the water from the landfill. They only have 3 20-feet hoses. So we're trying to use the smaller pump that we have, but it's not doing anything to it. So once we open the landfill, we're gonna need it. And right now with all this rain, we're gonna pump the water before TCQ comes down. It'll be purchased through my seals.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Uranda,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Three point 25, discussion and appropriate action, approval for Commissioner Precinct 4, 5, and 7, Valerie Rubalcaba, to attend the 2024 Healthy County Boot Camp on February 7th through 9th, 2024 in Round Rock, Texas.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Three point 26, approval for Commissioner Precinct 4, 5, and 7, Valerie Rubalcaba, to attend the RISC Conference March 20th through 22nd, 2024 in Round Rock, Texas.
So moved.
This one, Commissioner, there's no fee for the training, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I didn't have your voucher. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Rubalcaba. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.27, discussion and appropriate action, approval of interlocal agreement between Dimmit County and the City of Carrizo Law Enforcement. On this particular, this is the contract that Commissioner Juan Carmona had requested. Also, you can take note that we changed the city manager to reflect the new person at the city, Azalia Garcia, and also to reflect the request of having the city pay a daily fee for any inmate housed on the Dimmit County Jail on orders of the city. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Uranda, is there a second? There's no second? Second. Commissioner Valerie Rubalcaba seconded. Discussion?
What was the outcomes? I'm sorry, Judge, on the housing of the inmates?
Excuse me?
$75.
The $75 per day.
Okay.
Other discussion?
Yes, Judge, if I may, page 3, and I know I wasn't asked to review this, but I just quickly glanced over it. Section 3.04.
Yes, sir.
The honorable judge had meant to make that October 2024 as opposed to 2023. If it's going to be a one-year extension from the October 23, then it should be 24, I think. It should be the first.
Correct. It should reflect, and we'll have that correction on there.
All right, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez.
You're welcome.
Let the record reflect, Mr. Garcia, that there will be on page 3, section 3.04, for it to reflect the change of October 2024 as a typo. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.28, discussion and appropriate action, approval to canvass returns and election-related expenses for November 7, 2023, Texas Constitutional Amendments, Carrizo Springs CISD Board Propositions. Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Judge and Commissioners, these are the official results from the November 7th constitutional amendment election and Puerto Springs School District bond propositions. The usual protocol is for you to call
Yes, sir.
the proposition and the number of votes for and the number of votes against. Discussion and a motion.
Yes, sir. We have state proposition number 1, protecting the right to engage in farming, ranching. We had 882 for and 180 against. State proposition number 2, local option exemption from ad valorem taxation by a county, for 662 and against 332. State proposition number 3, prohibiting imposition of individual wealth and net worth. We have 609 for and 371 against. State proposition number 4, temporary limit on max appraised value of real property. 721 for, 271 against. State proposition number 5, Texas University funds to provide funds to major research. 654 for and 312 against. State proposition number 6, Texas Water Fund assists financing water projects. We had 797 for and 210 against. State proposition number 7, creation of Texas Energy Fund to support electric facilities. 685 for, 305 against. State proposition number 8, creating broadband infrastructure to fund high speed. We had 737 for and 249 against. State proposition number 9, cost of living adjustments to annuance teachers retirement system. 923 for and 138 against. Texas State proposition number 10, exempt from ad valorem taxation equipment or inventory. 635 for, 329 against. State proposition number 11, to permit conservation reclamation districts in El Paso County. 556 for, 371 against. Number 12, state proposition 12, the abolition of the office of the county treasurer in Galveston County. For, 420 and against 440. State proposition number 13, to increase mandatory age retirement in state justices and judges. For, 413 and against 564. State proposition number 14, to create a centennial park conservation fund to improve state parks. 768 for and 224 against. Carrizo Springs Consolidated Independent School District bond proposition election. Proposition 8, the issuance of not to exceed 91 million in building bonds designing constructing school facilities. There was 564 for it and 540 against it. Proposition B, the issuance not to exceed $9 million in building bonds for athletic facilities. 506 for it and 604 against it. Proposition C, ratifying the ad valorem tax rate of 0.8501. We had 577 for it and 524 against it. Total ballots casted was 1,157.
And just to add, just that we had 0 provisional ballots, which are ballots that a person is allowed to vote when they're not in the roster, and that's determined after the election by the voter registrar. We had 0. Plus, we had no overseas ballots that came in late. So this is the final numbers. So, need a motion.
I will entertain a motion to canvass these returns and elections.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Okay. The second part. As agreed, we have a joint agreement with the school district, it's 50/50 on the expenses.
So the total expenses for this election incurred were $18,479.48, to which Dimmit County is going to pay $9,239.74. I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Urenda. Any discussion?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Just to add that there's what they call administrative collection surcharge of $410. If the invoices are paid within 45 days, they deduct that amount. So I will keep that on that.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
And I did have two other comments, Judge.
Yes, sir.
And Commissioners, I want to commend Mr. Marcos Mendez. He did a spectacular, outstanding job operating the electronic tabulation equipment. He took to it like fish to water. And it's going to be a big improvement for our upcoming elections. And even we had ESNS site support, and she was very overwhelmed with how his effort.
Thank you.
The second comment is regarding precinct 4, Catarina. We did have to, at the last minute, notify that they were going to vote in Asherton, which we had no complaints. But I think we had like 10 people from Catarina that voted, also no complaints. But the issue there was I could not find anybody to vote, to work that particular voting place. Plus, I had to send out an application to the Laredo Archdiocese to have permission to use their hall, which I never got a response. So for those two reasons, we had to move the polling place from Catarina to Ashton.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Garcia?
Yes.
For the upcoming election in March, do we need to start sooner finding people to work and apply for the diocese since they never answered?
I would suggest that we do that.
Of course, the next election is a primary election. My only major duties are early voting unless we contract with the local county church, which I have not heard any word from either one of them.
So in the primaries, remember that we had voted, I think Mr. Alvarado had submitted, and I don't know if he submitted somebody, we can look to see if he submitted for, because Mr. Garcia is in charge of the general, so the primaries would be the chair.
Because you have issues now.
I want to say when we approved what Mr. Alvarado submitted, that there was, but I don't recall at this time, but we can confirm.
And once again, Judge and Commissioners, election law requires that each election precinct have at least 100 registered voters. In Catarina, we're down to 70. Thank you.
Thank you. The court's going to take a 5-minute recess. Point 3, discussion and appropriate action to approve the 2024 routine airport maintenance program. 3.3, Commissioner Noguera. Good morning, Mr. Martinez. Do I have questions for Mr. Martinez in regards to the grant program?
This year, if you use the whole 100,000, the county's only put 10%.
10%. Any questions from the commissioners?
Motion to approve it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Martinez. Have a good day. 3.29, discussion appropriate action, contract with Patillo, Brown, and Hill for the financial review of the landfill. The items on the, on your pamphlet are backwards. Yes. It's right here. The exact, it's that one.
Oh, okay.
We need to do a financial assurance review, and Patillo Brown needs to audit it, and so that's why we're contracting with them to do it. This is a requirement for the landfill.
What's the cost on it, Mr. Pereira?
I think it was $700.
700?
Yeah.
I will entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.30, discussion appropriate action, approval of the autopsy services interlocal agreement with Webb County for 2024. Again, this is a interlocal agreement that Dimmit County has with Dr. Corey Stern and Webb County, the yearly one. The time has come for the approval or to renew the new contract with.
Judge,
Yes, sir.
if I may, I think we're out of sequence.
Yes, sir.
I got 3:30 for Mr. Ortiz.
It's 3:30 should be for the autopsy, and then the next one is Mr. Ortiz. It's just, they got intertwined. So 3:30 is the autopsy one? After that, right there, that one. That should be 3:30,
Okay.
Commissioner. And then Mr. Ortiz should be 3:31.
We're out of sequence.
Yes, it's out of sequence.
Okay, on the contract, they're also going up from $1,700 to $2,500 for autopsy.
Per autopsy. Just for clarification, Commissioners, as Mr. Pereira mentioned, they are increasing the autopsy fee from $1,700 to $2,500. I know with the OLS grant, we're trying to work on the unknown bodies that we find. Those get sent also to Webb County. However, we're pending the final review. I was notified this morning from the governor's office that they anticipate sometime this week to finalize that OLS grant. That was something that we indicated as a request for Dimmit County, was to assist in the financial the financial obligation that we have for those unidentified bodies. Hopefully we receive that grant. However, if the case be that we don't, then they go to Webb County. And unfortunately, they're, as Mr. Pereira mentioned, they have increased in price from $1,700 to $2,500.
Is it included in this contract? I don't see it.
We're not responsible for the private autopsies, are we?
No, we are not. It's just for the
It's on
autopsy.
here, that's why I'm asking. In Nano County.
On the fee schedule, Mr. Pereira, I think that's what Commissioner Noguera was indicating. It's not on here for the increase in the autopsy. It says cost and scheduling 1.5. Dimmit County agrees to pay Webb County for services as per Addendum 1 fee schedule.
It's not, the fee schedule's not there.
The fee schedule is here, but it does not include.
I know we've got, they've already.
I saw that in the claim docket that they increased their autopsy to $2,500. I can entertain a motion to table it and have my staff request an in-debt so it can reflect that. Commissioner Noguera, if that's what you want.
Yes, please.
I'm going to entertain a motion, and if we can make a notation for our office to call Webb County. I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Carmona. Is there any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.31, discussion and appropriate action. Clarify and amend workers' compensation policy. Mr. Ortiz.
Morning, Judge and Commissioners.
Morning.
Just to clarify for y'all, so the way workman's comp works is for a traditional, like non-law enforcement employee, when they get hurt on the job, they would open a case with us, file a report with us, and we can open up a claim with workman's comp. And to get their salary, they would be using their sick leave or comp or vacation or whatever they want to use. But for law enforcement, it's different. So for law enforcement, they automatically go to salary continuation. So from the first day they get hurt, the county keeps paying them. And the main difference is after 8 days, a normal non-law enforcement employee can apply for reimbursement of their salary through workers' comp, but they can only get up to 70%. But with law enforcement, since it's the other way around, we have to pay them. And then after that 8th day, my office can apply to workers' comp to get reimbursed up to the 70%. But if they weren't out long enough for that those 8 days, we can't get reimbursed through workers' comp. So I had put it on the agenda to see if we could do something to essentially not take a loss. But I'm getting different information from personal research I do, and then other counties are reaching out to me. So I would ask that we table it for now. I don't have a good solution yet.
Motion to table.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Urenda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Ortiz. If y'all could please raise your voice when you say aye, because Commissioner Carmona feels like he's the only one voting. .1, discussion and appropriate action, approval to hire a full-time deputy.
Morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioner.
Morning.
Good morning, Mr. The sheriff is not in, Judge. He's at a meeting in Maverick County right now. The governors that are in from other states visiting.
Questions?
Chief, do you have the position available?
For the deputy, we hired him already.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Odena, any discussion?
Starting date.
I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase a 2023 Dodge Durango, 2023 Dodge Charger, 3 quotes provided, 2023 GMC Yukon Buyboard, all vehicle equipped with police equipment, vehicles to be paid out of the Operation Stone Garden fiscal year 22 grant number 3045008.
Motion to
They're
approve.
all by board,
I'm
right?
sorry.
No, there's
No, ma'am,
There's
just the
3.
Yukon is by board.
the Dodge Durango and Dodge Charger, it says 3 quotes.
Three quotes. Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Are they gonna be, packaged?
Yes, ma'am, they're all police package.
4.3, discussion and appropriate action, sheriff's report. Y'all don't have a sheriff's report?
I guess they didn't turn that one in, no. I can get it for the one at the end of the month.
Motion to table.
Motion to table the sheriff's report
Second.
by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Urenda. Further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Jail status report. Good morning.
Thank you, Judge, thank you, Commissioners, for your
Thank you.
Good morning, Jackson.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Montes, on the Operation Lone Star, the 3 inmates as of Monday, November 13th,
Yes, ma'am.
as of today.
Yes, ma'am. They're being getting released either from Briscoe unit or in the Rio.
So just for clarification, any stops that the sheriff's office makes that are related to Operation Lone Star have a nexus to Operation Lone Star, you guys are sending them over to Del Rio?
Correct, ma'am.
With that being said, that will increase the bed space for the marshals.
Yes, ma'am. We did receive 8 marshals, but lately they're getting released at the same time, so we're still getting inmates on right now. Right now, we're supposed to place 6 inmates, marshals.
Are we anticipating on getting more marshals?
Yes, ma'am.
Are there other questions?
Everything good at the jail, Ms. Montes?
Yes, ma'am. I just have a concern on I did put it on the agenda for the padded cell door. I don't know what
It got-
status.
it got
was
tabled
by
from-
home. That's the only thing that I have right now.
Yeah, it got tabled the last Commissioners Court meeting
Yes,
because
ma'am.
you weren't here and we needed, I guess, some of the commissioners, I think Commissioner Juan had a question.
We had it before, but before that, it was tabled before that, but I didn't know when was it tabled.
If you want to put it back on,
Yes,
please
ma'am.
advise my office.
We kind of fixed it, so we can use it more likely, but it still needs to be fixed. though.
Yeah, I don't quite remember, to be honest with you, as to why it was tabled. Do you remember why it was tabled? I don't remember either. I know that the last one, you weren't here and they had questions.
That was before, I
think it was in April or March, that it was tabled before that. But then after that, I never.
Oh, I remember, Mr. Pereira, because they needed to have 3 quotes. That's what it was. Because you needed to include 3 quotes. You only had 1 quote because it was over the amount. That's what it was.
Okay.
You might want to get with Mr. Pereira's office.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was just coming at that.
Thank you.
You know,
I'll entertain a motion to approve the jail status report. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Urenda. Other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any objection? Motion carries. 5.1, discussion and appropriate action, budget adjustment within general administration. Do you have the budget adjustment, Mr. Pereira?
Yes. This was,
Thank you. I don't have.
this was for the insurance, came in $20,000 above what we had already increased the budget, but it was $20,000 short. So this is what we're basically making up for that amount.
Delivering it.
Yeah.
Did we approve that amount, Mr. Pereira?
Yes, you all, which one, the insurance?
The increase of the 20,000?
Yes, when you all approved the insurance, it was in there. That was the amount.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion. Motion by Commissioner Valerie Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 5.2 is the claim docket. On the claim docket, we have the general fund at $1,098,308,083. Dimmit County Airport, $42.15. Dimmit County Golf Course, $23,754.22. Courthouse Security, $4,702.54. Records Management County Clerk, $5,641.18. Utilities, $78,801.54. Equitable Sharing, Forfeiture and Seizures, $814.76. Rodeo Arena, $1,270. Stone Garden, $77,766.78. Dimmit County Payroll, $414.03.80. CDBG Colonia Fund, $240,210. COs 2018, $183.96. COs 2020, $57,264.50. COs 2021, $2,400, for a total of $2,164.26.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Urenda, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I will entertain a motion to adjourn the regular Commissioners Court meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. The time is 11:22, and I'm going to call the Public Facilities Corporation meeting to order. Roll call, let the record reflect that everyone here is present. We have one absent, which is Mr. Juan Carmona. 1.3, approval of minutes, regular meeting October 23rd, 2023. Do I have the... I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
2.1. Yes. I'll entertain a motion to table.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Urenda, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.1, financial claim docket. Public safety is $17,019.44.
So,
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Uranda. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Entertain a motion to recess and adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. This meeting is ended. Thank you.